Good morning, everybody. I hope you have had a wonderful Thanksgiving and a nice few days off. Welcome to another edition of HRD 600. We are now, or actually on Monday, today is Saturday, we're now in week number 13. And I think what you'll find, there is a tremendous amount of materials in here on week number 13. And rather than spending hours and hours upon reading all of the materials in here, I'd like you to pick out a few things. It could be the TED Talk, it could be an article or two, and use that as the focus for this week. So in week number 13, we're looking at transformative learning in adult education, and there's some information in here about what is the difference between a philosophy and also what is a learning theory. For those of you that have taken HRD 631 with me, we spent an entire week on transformative learning theory. It's really considered a theory rather than a philosophical aspect or a philosophical view. But it's really important to understanding the roots of adult education. So I'll walk you through the materials that we have for this week. Once again, this is week number 13. The overarching questions for the week, course outcomes, and to do. And like I said, there's a tremendous amount of information in here. I do want to at least talk about transformative learning. And transformative learning really started with this person, Jack Mesereau. And he has 10 phases of transformative learning, the first one being a disorienting dilemma. And this is something that kind of rocks your world. It's not a minor thing. It's something that truly changes your view and your outlook on many things. And, often people describe it as an event, something like maybe a divorce. For me, I can tell you I had one when I was 35. I got fired from a job. I went from wearing wingtips and a dark suit and red tie to being fired. It truly changed my life. Looking back on that, many years ago, it was probably the best thing that happened, but at the time it was probably the worst thing that ever happened to me. So it started with a disorienting dilemma, and the dilemma rocked my world, and it changed kind of the way I looked at everything. So transformative learning isn't just a change of viewpoint. It's really something that is deep and profound. It's a deep, profound type of learning. And it doesn't, oftentimes it always starts, according to Jack Mesereau, with a disorienting dilemma. But there are also subtler ways that it occurs, and not every disorienting dilemma has to be as dramatic as mine. So take a look at information in here. I don't want you to read everything. I don't want you to take or have to do all of the, watch all of the media clips. But I'd like you to get an idea of what transformative learning is all about and how it relates to the course materials. There's an online discussion in here, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. But I also want to circle back to some of the other materials that we've been doing for this week. So I'm going to go back to Module 4, where all of the materials are. So here we are. We're finishing Thanksgiving week. We have our discussion forum, and if you have not posted your field study, please do so. I've gone through them. I haven't made comments on all of them yet. I was waiting for other people to chime in before me. But if you have not posted your discussion, your field study, please do so. And I'd also I realize that not everybody had an opportunity to look at everybody else's field study. I'd like this to be part of week number 13. I'd like you, if you haven't, please take a look at everybody's field study, see what they did. It's a real learning opportunity. If you have any Any comments, any questions, please shoot them to the author, the student that put those online. From what I've seen, these are just fabulous, and I hope it was a good learning experience. So the reason I'm kind of cutting back on the materials on transformative learning in week number 13 is I want everybody to take a look at all of these. So week 13, here's where I just was. This is where I was in Brightspace, I should have said. Transformative learning. We have a discussion forum. And then at the end of the week, what I'd like you to do is take any kind of comments that people may have about how you could enhance it, how you could draft, enhance the draft for the final edition. You can mesh those in, and then by next Sunday night, I'd like you to submit your field study in a final edition form. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. So let me just, one last thing here while we're together. So here's all of the information on transformative adult education. We have 3 articles, and you can pick any one of these, whichever is your greatest interest, and write in here I say share a brief summary of the article and pose 1 or 2 interesting questions based on what you read. So please, you don't have to write a full-page paper. You can write 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences in a short summary about the article. Any one of these is fine, and then pose a couple of questions. So that is what we have for the week. If you have any questions, please let me know. And once again, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving in whatever way that you celebrated it. If you have moving forward with the remainder of the class, I will have another video next week, and I may even have something towards the end of the week, maybe not next Saturday or Sunday, on the final assignment. But I think I'm going to keep it simple at this point. Any questions, please fire away. I'm here to help, and we'll see everybody online.